and go down to this last part of the entire phase, it has taken 21 years in making. You understand? And why we decided to go through this platform or go through this pathway is because we don't want any war. War will not benefit us. Yeah. We don't want anybody to die for no reason, especially when all those things belongs to you. So that is why we had to go through this path. And we are hoping that by the time we finish, we would end up like this. Imagine federations. The Yorubas will go as their Oduduwa nation or Yoruba nation. We at the lower Niger, we would go as our own nation. We can decide to even split further if we so wish. The middle belters will go. These ones, they've already gone because they came up with Sharia and they have already gone. And that is why you should not be afraid that, Fulani will kill you. No! Guess what? We have done the constitutional force majeure that makes it impossible for the Fulani to continue to kill you unless you want to die. There's no point. And now, on the 16th of December 2020, this is the constitutional force majeure that we did. We did this constitutional force majeure expressing our grievances to the nation. We're like, you know what? We can no longer do this. We can no longer be a part of this. We are no longer interested in becoming one. You have to answer the 5 demands. And these 5 demands were presented to the government. They gave the presidency 90 days to come around the 5 demands of the constitutional force majeure. The 90 days have come and gone. They also gave, from then, I think March of 2021, 17th, another 30 days to the governors and the senators. Hey, go and be part of the transitioning movement. Some of them are still drawing back. They're like, would this work? Would this not work? They are still, Baba, go slow. They don't want to move fast. And we're like, okay, don't worry. You just have to do what we needed to be done. But right now, starting from the 17th of April, we have given our people 120 days. 120 days is the power people. That's what it's called. Is the activation of the power people or power to the people. It has been activated already. And what do we need to do in that 120 days? As my brother rightly said, they have been campaigning on a weekly basis. There was an Ibadan campaign. There was an Oshobo campaign. Was it today or yesterday?
Yeah.
It was today, Abi.
No,
today. It was yesterday, sorry. There was a Oshobo campaign yesterday. And the campaigns would have to continue. And so the reason why we are doing these campaigns and, the army or whatever, police, they are not attacking is because of the force majeure. They can no longer attack. Because we've now said that we are disputing that constitution. The constitution no longer holds us binding. And that is why we want to create that awareness. Everywhere you go, you talk to your people, educate them, let them know why they shouldn't even fight in the streets. Let them know why they should all come together, because everybody has to come together to agree on what we are doing. So the campaign is very, very effective. I watched it yesterday. I saw Sunday Igboho. I saw Koiki. I saw a lot of people out there. I saw they came out, and it has to be continuous until the end of that 120 days. And what are we looking at that 120 days? We have already told the owners of the land, this is you and I, my own land, your own land, that, hey, once that 120 days comes up, you have every right to do whatever you want to do. And we have told the government. They are pretending as if they are not listening. And they're pretending that what we are doing is online. It's not online, no. There is so much work underground. There are not so many things I can tell you now. But there's so much work underground. The United States is involved. Even the UK has answered. EU has answered. They say, no. They cannot deal with this. Because they know that we are legitimate in what we are talking about. And the UN is so much in support because guess what? We have to go through the 100. If we did not go through that 100, they'll say, what are these people talking about? You understand? So we went through the 100 that was proclaimed in 2007, and that is what is helping us. So to wrap it up, with the 120 days, what we are looking forward to, as I said, we're going to have referendum. The referendum would be supervised by the United Nations. I saw somebody doing, wasn't a little advert that there will be referendum on June 12th. I don't think so. We have to end our 120 days before that referendum. And any referendum that you do online, it's not acceptable. No, the United Nations has to supervise the referendum. So let us not be carried away. Because some people will say, June 12th, come on, it's for Yoruba Nation. These people like these Fulani guys, they know that their time is up. They know that already. So they're looking for loopholes. They're looking for who to bribe. They're looking for who to give money. They're looking for so many things. So people should not get carried away. There is no referendum on the 12th. I mean, you can verify that, Brasha, you can verify that. But I know personally that there
is no referendum. It's confirmed already.
Yeah. Okay, good. So don't get carried away. The referendum has to be supervised by the UN. And by the time we have this referendum, the Oduduwa nation would emerge. Everybody, my own nation would also emerge. That does not mean that I will hate my Yoruba brother or whatever. No, we'll still be friends. If I have to come to your country, I get visa. But the bottom line is that the ECOWAS visa should be able to be easy for me to go up and down. So don't even get that, if Igbo goes, this will happen if Yoruba. No. Let us go first of all, because the things that we are hoping to get at the end of the day is innumerable. We can't even count it. We can't count the things that we would get eventually. Because guess what? If this thing happens, the cocoa farm that is in Yoruba land would bloom. Everybody will go back to farm. I think it's in Ondo, they have a lot of asphalt and bitumen, and yet we don't have roads. You can imagine that. A friend, my classmate in those days did a project on that when we were in Ibadan. He did a project, he got some samples, he wanted to quantify the amount of asphalt and bitumen in Ondo State. Massive. And yet, no good roads in Nigeria. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. The Ajakuta steel that is there, I've been there like even before, I can't even remember when. It's not generating anything. Do you know what we can make with the steel? Do you know that we can even use steel for so many things, from cars to airplanes to so many things that we can do with that? In my own area where we have coal in Enugu State, do you know what coal would generate for my people? At least constant electricity. It will generate that for my people. So let us not be, carried away that, if Yoruba goes, what will happen? People? No. Let us go first of all. What will happen will happen. We'll still be friends. And we'll be able to manage our resources by ourselves.
Friend, and
we will be able to manage our resources for ourselves, for our children, even for our unborn generation. And guess what? By the time things get settled, a lot of us would leave United States of America and go back home.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much for giving me this time. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you so much. I know there's no better way to collaborate. And when you invite doctor, and doctor, there are doctors, emeritus, there are emeritus doctors. So we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Anosike. God bless you. God bless you. I know by the time we get to our bus stop, which is our own good place of
very soon. It is so soon. It's so soon. I can't.